according to this standard? The answer is yes. Now the problem then arises this.
That's twisting the scripture.
Sorry?
With all respect, that is not...
Please tell me how I'm twisting it.
It is.
Tell me how.
You're misusing one scripture as against another. Jesus never said, look at the previous prophets.
No, Jim, I agree with you.
Never said that.
I would agree with you, but for one thing. You see, if I were to ask you, Jesus Christ says, by their fruits you shall know them. Now, the question I would ask is this, logically speaking, if I wanted to determine what are good fruits of a prophet, where should I look?
Well, what are good fruits? You tell me what good
That's
fruits
the first question I had asked. I said, how will we know what good fruits are? Then logically speaking, very easy. Then logically speaking, according to the Bible, I only need to look at the actions that the true prophets in the Old Testament undertook.
No.
Why? Are they not true?
You just agreed that Jesus wasn't talking about the previous prophets. He was just saying, beware of false prophets.
No, I agree.
He wasn't making any reference to the previous
I agree, Jim, but what I'm saying...
So therefore, you can't use that and say because Moses had 3 wives or Abraham had 3 wives, that must be the thing.
No, respectfully, Jim, I'll tell you why you can. I will tell you why. Matthew 7 tells us, beware of false prophets.
Yep.
Now, I did ask these relevant questions. He says, do grapes gather from thorns, figs from thistles? Every good tree will bear good fruit. Every evil tree will bear evil fruit. A good tree will not bear bad fruit.
Should we talk about fruit then?
Absolutely. Bad fruits, one second, bad fruits will not, bad trees will not give you good fruits. By their fruits you shall know them. Now you will notice that at the start of the conversation we agreed that what it means by fruits is the actions of the individual who claims to be a prophet.
The lives.
Yeah, we know that. Now the question therefore, Jim, is this. As I said, if this is what he has said, then logically speaking, I should be able to look within the pages of the Bible, look at the people who claim to be prophets.
No, you see, you're going back.
If I can just finish, I know, Jim. If I can just finish, you see, why am I saying that my view of how I'm looking at this seems to be more consistent with the Bible is this reason. Jesus Christ, according to that verse, tells you, beware of false prophets. Now, if I were to ask you, okay, what did Jesus say defines a false prophet? What would you say?
They're bad fruits.
Okay. What defines a good prophet? A true prophet?
They're good fruits.
Sorry? A true prophet?
They're good fruits.
Okay. Now, if I were to take that statement, you rightfully said, you rightfully said, any prophet contained in the Bible is a true prophet, correct?
Yes.
Yes. If he is a true prophet, then necessarily any of the actions undertaken by that prophet are good fruit. Now, the logic is being flowed here.
Well,
how have you come to know it isn't?
Well, however you put it, that's why you can't do things logically.
No, Jim.
You can't do it like that.
Okay, let's take it on faith. Since you don't want to proceed with the evidence, let's take it on faith. If I were to tell you, he says, good trees are good prophets. True prophets, rather. Good trees are true prophets. Bad trees are false prophets. No problem. Now, I am then left to consider this on the basis of what is contained in this book. We agree with that, don't we? Yeah. Now, it is very logical, as far as I'm seeing.
This book is not about good and bad people. This is about people who have got weaknesses. Moses was a prophet.
Yes.
David was a prophet.
Yeah.
They both killed people.
Yes. But Jim,
bad fruit.
Jim,
fruit.
No, wrong. Wrong. Can I tell you why you're wrong? You see, Jim, you're absolutely right when you say it is about people. But you will notice Jesus Christ made a very clear distinction. He said, false prophets. Now, not every human being is a prophet.
Moses.
But the claimant,
Moses, the greatest prophet, killed a man.
well, the question is this.
So was he? Was that good? Was that good fruit?
Well, the question I'm asking you that. If
No, of
Jesus,
course not. That's
well,
what I'm saying. That thing about going back to Matthew.
Yeah.
Not all prophets are going to be perfect. No, in fact, none of them are perfect.
but he doesn't say that. He
He's
doesn't
not
talk
talking
about perfection, does he?
Yeah.
He is.
He's talking about future prophets, not the past. He's not referring to David. He's not making reference to Moses and David.
Jim,
and
I
Abraham.
said that at the start. I said, look, now if I want to look at a person who is coming ahead of
I know that you
Jesus,
said that.
yeah, now I'm asking you, well, if I have to do that, on what basis can I determine what good fruit was of previous prophets? How can I do it?
By studying them, looking at them.
Exactly. So now if I study Moses and I notice that he had 3 wives, is that a good fruit?
No, I've just explained that. He killed a man also. He's human. We're talking.
But
This
here's
is
the
about
problem.
human beings. This isn't about mythical people.
Jim.
This is about people who are sinners.
Jim, you know when he
All of
killed
them.
the person.
Everybody in that book
Jim,
apart from Jesus
you
is
see,
a sinner.
can I explain this to you? You know when he killed a man,
Yeah.
was there a law that said he couldn't?
Whether there was a law.
No, I didn't ask you that.
No,
Was there a
I'll
law?
answer it like this.
Go
Whether
ahead.
there was a law that said he couldn't or he could, he in his heart, he knew that was wrong.
Okay.
That's why he was ashamed.
Okay.
That's why he wasn't allowed to go into the promised
Okay,
land.
but here is a problem, Jim, with what you just said, and I agree with you. You see, if
We
the
keep agreeing with each
I'll
other.
tell-
All right, boys, come over here.
Jim, I tell you what, if the Creator gave you permission,
Yeah,
to kill someone,
he wouldn't.
well, one second, I'm just asking you.
Because his nature, you'd be going against his nature.
Who would?
Against God's nature.
Right,
He's
excellent.
a creator.
Excellent. Okay, so the question then therefore lies on what the law says. I'll tell you why.
Which
because
law?
you see,
Moses' law.
it's not about Moses' law, it's about God's law. Yes? Is God's law eternal?
God's law is eternal, and it was and it was actually, the law was expanded when Jesus came.
Excellent,
He
excellent.
said, if you look on a woman with lust, you've committed adultery.
Excellent.
Because he knows the heart.
Excellent, Jim. But you agree that the law is eternal.
Of course.
So when God ordered, when God talked about the killings that were permitted, for example, in the book of Deuteronomy,
yeah.
we have many laws where it says, you know what, if the woman assists her husband, chop her hand. If X happens, kill them.
Horrible.
Was that God saying it?
Yes.
Did he
But there was
permit
a
the killing
difference.
of people?
You're talking about it.
No, Jim, follow me through. Is it because the law required it?
Yes.
So if there was no law,
Going round in circles. we are.
no, Jim.
We are.
If there was no law prohibiting an action, was it illegal?
Yes.
How?
If there was a law prohibiting.
There was no law.
Oh, no law.
No law. It can't
Yes.
be illegal, can
But
it?
hold on. Before Moses' law was given, before the law was given at Mount Sinai, before that, the law was engraved in a man's heart.
Right.
How did Adam and Eve know they were sinners?
Right, 1 second. Now
We're getting to. Now we're getting
that's
to something.
perfect.
Sin.
Like I told you, we will go to the what I call spiritual element after.
It's the only one.
Right. So we know that according to the fruits element, we are going to have to agree to disagree.
The fruits of the spirit, you mean?
No, the fruits according to
yeah.
true prophet. Yeah. Because according to that, it's very clear that whatever the prophets did in the Old Testament would be considered to be good fruit. Otherwise, it would not make sense. But let's go to the spiritual element, Jim.
No, go on.
Let's go to the
I've
spiritual.
explained that David, Moses, and Abraham were all sinners. They all did bad things.
That's your view.
It's in
But
the Bible.
evi-
It's recorded.
Well, if that is the case, no,
It's
Jim.
recorded.
I
David
can.
committed adultery and he had the bloke killed so he could have his wife.
I agree with you. But that means.
The wonderful David.
But that means
who
that.
wrote all those psalms.
True. But that means the criteria that Christ gave is flawed.
No. You've missed.
Okay, let's move forward.
No, we're not going to go back on that one.
No, we're not. Let's go to the spiritual one. You see, I would suggest this. You know what I said, Jim, about the evidence? If we look at the evidence.
Let me just stop there. Hold it there. Switch it off a minute. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, go. Your lift. Please, go.
No, it's
Go and
not.
find
It won't
it.
be going now.
No, yeah, I understand. Just go and have a look.
I want to make sure.
Yeah. Go there first, Jim. That's
Otherwise you
more.
pay me train for that.
That's more important. Assalamu alaikum.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. How are you? Long time no see.
Yeah.
Huh?
But I've been to my country.
All right.
right.
All right, is it?
I keep looking at you.
Is it?
I keep knowing you. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Whatever you did. Yeah.
Still always update.
Many people knows you.
Really? Alhamdulillah. That's good.
I've been listening to you talking to that gentleman, but
Sorry?
there seems to be a fundamental flaw. I'm not sure where you're coming from, of your definition of a prophet. Your definition of a prophet is a person who has no, he's perfect, he doesn't do anything wrong. That's your definition.
My name is Shabir, brother. You are?
My name is unimportant. I could tell you I'm John Smith, it doesn't really matter.
I will accept what you say. I will accept whatever you say.
My name is Harry II.
Nice meeting you, sir. Right, sorry, what were you saying?
I don't understand where you're coming from. Is your definition of a prophet a person who's never done or done anything wrong with it? That's your definition
Right.
of a prophet?
No. I, with my Christian brother,
Yes. Are you a Christian?
was discussing. Sorry?
Are you a Christian?
No, I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
I was discussing with him the verse in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 7 where it talks about how to determine what a true prophet is.
And the question of fruits, yes.
Yeah. So
But that's a metaphor, really. You know?
that's true. You're right. But the metaphor is about good works.
Right.
Yeah. Now the question I was asking, and I'm still asking, is if Jesus Christ says there, beware of false prophets who outwardly are like sheep but inwardly are ravenous wolves.
Right.
He then tells you how to determine the difference between a true prophet and a false one.
Well,
Yeah.
what is that? And
So,
how do you determine a true prophet?
Did you find him, Jim?
I've got to go early today.
Have you found him?
Give me a time check at 3:30. I'll have to shoot off then because he's not here. So I'll have to get the bus.
10 to 3.
10.
You're joking.
No, he'll give me the train ticket. He'll give me the train ticket.
No problem. We'll give you a train ticket. Do you need
only
one?
joking.
No
I'm only
problem,
joking.
Jim.
I'm
Most
only
welcome.
joking. No.
You're a friend.
I know.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, he just asked about what my concern was about the verse. So I'm just for a few minutes telling you.
Oh, yeah.
So we were basically talking about the verse. If Jesus, according to Matthew 7, tells you how to determine the difference between a true prophet and a false one, then logically speaking, that is the standard we should use. That's what I was saying. Now, I also was saying that, look, if we have a true prophet, these are the standards. If you are a false prophet, these are the standards. Yeah? I was saying to Jim, if I look at the previous prophets and their actions in the Bible, were they good fruit or bad fruit?
Well, I suppose you look at the prophet you're looking at. Some did bad things, some did good things. I mean, what does a prophet really do? What is his job?
But
how does he become a prophet? These are the questions one must ask.
No, the question then therefore becomes, if Jesus says this is the criteria for good fruit, wouldn't that be true?
Yeah, when you're talking about good fruits and bad fruits, you're using this metaphor, you're talking about deeds. Fruits is a metaphor for deeds. Is that
Good
right?
deeds.
Good. Fruits is the metaphor for deeds.
Good deeds.
Good deeds are bad.
Correct.
Okay, so prophets
Correct.
have done good things. I'm not a Christian.
No, that's
The
fine. We are
prophets
just discussing.
There are prophets in the Old Testament that have done good things. They prophesied, and some of them did bad things.
Okay.
So were they good prophets or bad prophets?
The problem here is with what the verse actually says. The verse says, a good tree will not bear bad fruit.
I know, but
bad-
you keep
one second.
repeating that like a stuck record.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
He wasn't just talking about
I'll tell you why.
prophets, he was talking
A
about
bad-
people in general. Jesus.
A bad fruit, no, it's talking about a prophet. It tells you there. Yeah, it says, a bad tree will not bear good fruit. Now, if you look at the wording of the sentences, they are clear. There isn't but. There isn't. It's clear. A good tree, good fruit. Bad tree, bad fruit. But the issue is not that. The issue is a very logical one. That if Jesus Christ, according to this, gave you a standard wherewith to judge the authenticity or the truthfulness of a prophet, yeah, then I am saying, look, it is a standard that is an absolute standard. And if that is the case, then logically speaking, all the claimants to prophethood in the Old Testament would have necessarily done good deeds.
So they would not have.
Agree?
So they would, according to you, they would not have done bad.
No, not according to me. As I was telling Jim, it's according to what the evidence says.
To your interpretation.
No. Like I said, look, according to the evidence.
Let's be fair.
I'm being fair. According to the evidence,
Yeah.
a true prophet will only have good deeds.
No, Jesus didn't say that.
What did he say?
He said they will have good deeds. They will have good deeds.
Okay, let's work this again. You see why I was repeating it? A good tree will not bear evil fruit. What does that mean?
The point, I think.
No, just explain to me first. What does that mean?
I'll tell you. Let us stick to deeds, what people do.
Yeah.
Forget the metaphor about fruit.
Yeah.
Let's just stick to deeds.
Okay.
Prophets have done good things and they have done bad things. Would you
Who
agree
says
with
that?
Huh?
Who says that?
But they
I'm not
have.
talking about what has happened.
The actual
No
facts.
matter who
Yeah.
said
Look,
what.
the difference here, Jim, brother, the difference here is that you are working on speculation, I'm working on evidence.
No, but
What
I'm
is-
saying...
no. There is evidence.
There is. Go on.
David sent a bloke away so they could have sex with his wife, and he would die at the front line.
Yeah.
No, he was a prophet. That wasn't a good thing, right?
Now, if I were to turn this around and say, Jim, is there a possibility...
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Rest.
Shouldn't do that. My wife's all on about that.
No, don't worry. The issue is not that. The issue is this. If Jesus Christ, according to this particular statement, says how to judge a true prophet, all I am saying is, wait a minute, if this is the standard of how to judge a prophet, then logic dictates that...
There will be no prophet.
No, you're wrong. According to that, logic dictates that whatever actions that were undertaken by people who were confirmed as true prophets by Christ himself about Moses, and Abraham, our father, well then necessarily whatever they undertook, whatever they did, were good deeds.
No.
There's a
Even
problem.
though they killed somebody.
No, here's the issue. We address that.
No, we're
You
not.
see,
Even though they killed somebody.
if I were to say that the Creator has given permission to the prophet to kill, is that all right?
But you
He
see,
wouldn't
you,
do that.
But he did.
It's contrary to God's nature.
No, but he did.
yeah, so what
In the
you're-
laws, he
yes.
did.
Yeah, so
Did he not?
What you're saying is that God and the devil is one and the same.
No, that's what you are saying.
No,
I'm not.
because you are saying God told him to do bad things. And
No,
the same
wrong. You see, brother,
You see?
you have misunderstood totally.
No.
The verse says,
Going round in circles here, you know that.
not at all, Jim.
Yeah.
All we are saying is, look, and I agreed with you, let's agree to disagree. The evidence is contrary to what we are believing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the evidence should take precedence. We can agree with that. Yeah? But now, if we move to that spiritual element very quickly, yeah? Or do you need to go?
Yeah. Soon. I'll give it another half hour and then I must go, because if this major boy has...
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's been a pleasure, Jim.
Yeah.
An absolute pleasure. Look, if I have said anything untoward, please do.
Why they will send the invoice? You can send it to me.
Yeah.
invoice.
He'll send it to me.
£10 an hour, son.
Absolutely. It was an absolute pleasure, Jim. And do forgive me for anything untoward. That was not the
you're not
intention
right.
at all.
That was good.
Look
That's-
after yourself.
that's good.
We come usually every 4 weeks. Please,
Just
it'll
4
be a
weeks.
pleasure again to have a
Well, I
discussion.
may be
Yeah.
in 4 weeks anyway. What's your
Thank you
name?
very much, sir.
Are we on YouTube then tonight?
Shabir,
Tonight, it's going to be a while.
you will be there. Don't worry.
I keep checking, you know what?
Days a week.
How long is it on YouTube? 3 minutes. That's £30. Where did that guy live?
Jim, email address is here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if ever you need. That's our channel on No Spaces. Yeah. Yeah. Have a look at it.
I will.
And it was a pleasure. Look after yourself. Okay. God bless.
Yeah.
Right, come on.